All right, guys, just get started. Coming off those 2 road losses, you knew it was super important to get back to y'all's identity and doing that at home, and I think y'all were able to accomplish that.
No, I do think we're able to accomplish that. But it frustrates you more that we didn't do it on the road. Win or lose, you just want to be you and figure out things from there. But we weren't us on the road. We got some games under our belt. We came home, protect home court. Now we have to have the maturity to go back on the road and be able to be us and continue doing what we did when we were at home.
I was going to say, you mentioned the road trip. You hope it was a wake-up call. I guess coming off it, what do you hope that they learned this second road trip in league play?
I hope it was a wake-up call. It means we're awoke now. I hope it was a testament to how hard the road is, and so we can lock in and focus on the process of actually getting better every day in practice. Because the games are just a byproduct of how practice usually is and what you prepared for. And so hopefully we can take our toughness that we showed at home and take it on the road, because it takes a little more maturity to win on the road than it does at home.
We're about 20 games into the season, 4 in league play. What's your assessment of this, the defense overall for this group? So
nowhere near where it needs to be. Like, we showed a little tidbit of it this weekend, but we're so far from where we normally are at this point. I mean, we're not turning people over enough. And then with the toppled on the fact that we're actually turning the ball over is a bad deal, but we're not turning people over enough. We're not pressuring enough. Usually steals are a byproduct of just being in the right place, and sometimes we're just not in the right place. So we have a lot of growth. I guess that's the plus on it, is we can still grow in that area.
Rotation-wise, again, like we were kind of joking, obviously guys are starting to get healthy, so you can have a little bit deeper of a bench. Do you feel like for Elkington, Al Green, AJ Bates, like, do you feel like going forward in league play, you can kind of go to some different options?
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
I'm hoping so. Like, Elkington came up really big in that game, and Al Green did too. Like, people don't really realize, but Caden Cooper didn't really play a lot in the second half, and Al Green played the majority of the second half. He was so unbelievable on defense that we wanted to keep him out there and keep him locked in. And so we've had different guys step up, and want to continue to do that.
Is that something you anticipate this week about starting, or do you have an idea of that?
No, we'll probably start the same way, I would believe. But then just depends on how the game goes and how the matchups are during the game. We'll adjust as we need to.
This team is either tired or trailed at halftime. 10 of their 17 games. Have you quite put a finger on just why this becomes more of a second half team and being able to pull out like you did against Liberty down 7.5?
I really think it's our immaturity, and I don't mean immaturity like in a negative way. We're just younger, and I think sometimes this group needs to feel and kind of see what the other team is doing, whereas when you're older and more mature as a program and as a team, guys kind of understand what's at hand, and they can take the scout and directly apply it to the game. I think it just takes us a little bit to do that, and I hope that we can start learning to play better first halves, but I'll take a good second half over a good first half any day.
Dan, you got something?
Yeah, Coach, you can go back to that Liberty game on Saturday. Obviously, Sean scores 27. It seems like night to night in terms of offensive aggression when it comes to looking for his points. It kind of comes and goes. Is that a scouting report deal where, you guys tell him you maybe want him to be more aggressive scoring the basketball, or is that kind of a feel thing just for him kind of knowing when you guys need him to score?
No, it's just he takes what the defense gives him. That's what makes him such a good point guard. He doesn't force scoring. He makes the right play, and when teams stop him from getting downhill with bringing help, he makes the right pass, which some nights you see Al Green getting 4 or 5 threes because Sean's passing the ball. And then I think Liberty said, well, we're not going to let those people beat you, so we're going to stay at home, which is going to give Sean drives to the rim and easy baskets at the rim. I just think his decision-making is elite. And you're able to see him take advantage of what the defense gives us. And so as long as he continue to do that, again, in the Liberty game, they tried to take away Bacho on the lob, and so it just left the rim wide open, and he was able to take advantage of that.
First game, I know you're worried about Jacksonville State on this road trip, so set the next game up. Just what have you seen from them on film? They obviously have one of the top scorers in the country, and it was a really difficult place to play last year.
Yeah, difficult because their length, their athleticism, their size. They got a big guy inside who has weight on him that's actually really athletic. People look at him as a lumbering guy, but he can really move, and vertically he's not bad. And so they have an inside presence. They're shooting the ball a lot better this year than they did last year. So it's just a physical game, and they're really good at home. I think they're 5-0 at home this year. So it's going to be a tough battle, defensive battle, I would believe. They're able to get up in our shooters and guard one-on-one as much as possible. We'll try to create some mismatches and see if we can get some angles to get downhill and see how they'll react.
I was really interested when we were talking after that last road trip. I felt like just Will not being on that trip with you guys just left a void as far as energy and leadership. I guess obviously now that he's not playing, what are you looking for just from him on a daily basis, just staying engaged with the guys?
He's mature, and he's the life of the energy of our program when it comes to letting these younger guys know what reality is. You know, he made a statement to me the other day that he was watching college basketball Thursday or Saturday before one of our last games, and a team that he was following it was ranked and one loss, and all of a sudden they go and they lose 2 in a row in conference. He always tells our guys it can change, it can all change in an instant. And so I think he's passing on knowledge and wisdom to understand and let our guys know, look guys, we're going to go through the same thing some other teams are going through, but we got to stay locked in and focused because we're capable of doing big things. And so, and I think they respect him and listen to him in that regard.
Kind of a fun, just Lincoln Parish wrinkle. Obviously, I know Lachlan the past couple of months has joined you guys on this roster. You're going through some injuries, and now he's just part of the team. Like, how did that, relationship come about? Like, just him kind of coming to you guys, or?
Yeah, so we had a lot of injuries, and it was coming to the point where we couldn't practice, and we had held walk-on tryouts, but only 2 or 3 people showed up, and the only one that could work out was Lachlan because he had all this stuff together. And so afterwards, I asked the guys, I said, how was it and what they think? And they said, well, Coach, it probably can help us practice. And I said, okay, let's bring him here and let's let him sit through a practice, Wayne. He came, and he has been very dependable. He's been reliable. He has been, for a kid that was not around any of these guys, he comes in and he talks in practice and he talks on defense, and he's kind of a selfless guy, and I've liked having him around. He's been a really good walk-on for our team, and so I could see him staying around for a little bit.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Oh, man. One more tomorrow, huh? What? 8:30.
Hey, does that record just to an SD card?
Yeah.
Could I get Brooks' audio off that?
Yeah.